Annabelle, as always. Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday. It is our non-horror movie of the week review. And I figured I'd go for something that is one of my all-time favorite movies ever, whether it's horror or non-horror movies. And this was actually part of my top 25 favorite non-horror movies of all time. I'm just saying. And that is the 93 classic, The Fugitive. Now, I know that this is a movie that was actually based off a TV series of the same name from, like, years before. I have never seen the TV series. I know they play it on a couple of channels out here. I've never watched it. I don't know. I should, but whatever. We're going to talk about this. So, we have got a lot of people in this movie. We have Harrison Ford, obviously, Tommy Lee Jones, Joe Pantoliano is in here. Quite a few names are in here. A lot of people. Saleha, whatever her name is, from whatchamacallit, from that show Sisters. I should have written down all the names that were here. Oh, Selah Ward, that is her name. I know also, damn it, what's her name? Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore is in here as well, who is actually, she has actually got a, like a sort of like starring role credit in this, even though she's only got like a few minutes in this. Interesting little story about that, real quick before I start really getting into the review. So, she was actually supposed to have a bigger part in this. She was actually supposed to end up being, like, the love interest to Harrison Ford's character, but they pretty much scrapped that idea and didn't release the footage. So, yeah. Maybe one day, you know, they'll, like, do another release of this, like an anniversary release with those in here. I don't know. It could even be on here, but I don't think so. Whatever. No, it doesn't. But anyway, so The Fugitive. So it's about a movie for anyone who doesn't know what this movie is about. It is about a doctor, Dr. Richard Kimball, played by Harrison Ford, who, you know, gets called out one night after coming home from some sort of, like, charity event with his wife. You know, his wife he drops his wife off at home and stuff. She's trying to, like, you know, while he's at work doing, like, emergency surgery on whoever, on Joe Schmo. You know, she's trying to, like, you know, be a little romantic. She's got some flower petals on the floor, got some champagne and stuff, and all this, you know, for hubby, her sexy-ass hubby. And what do you know? Someone breaks in and kills her. Yeah. A one-armed man, nonetheless. Hey, just because you're missing an arm, don't let it, like, keep you from doing what you want to do the most. I'm just saying, one-armed people can be murderers, too. Just saying, man. They don't discriminate. But yeah, so, you know, here's the thing, though. There's no fingerprints from this guy because he was smart. Because he's got one arm that's a prosthetic, and the other one, he's got a glove on. So he is, like, prepared. He's done his research on the Kimballs and everything. And, So, Richard comes home, house is array, doesn't realize that A, his wife has been attacked, B, that she's on the phone right now trying to get in touch with 911, and C, does not realize that this guy is still in his house. Because there's nothing that's, like, you know, at first, there's nothing that's, like, out of place or anything, because he comes in from the downstairs. You know, doors, like, he had to unlock the door and everything. So he has no idea until he starts getting upstairs and he realizes, oh shit, something's going on. And that's when he, you know, sees his wife and he sees the guy or whatever trying to escape and everything. There's a little scuffle and all of this. I think he gets, like, accidentally scratched by his wife because, you know, she's, like, you know, she's barely hanging on. And, so there's all this shenanigans and everything, and while she's on while the phone is on, she's got it on, like, speaker or something, the, person, the operator is like, honey, do you know who the assailant is? You know who's there? You know who it is and everything? And because she then hears her husband comes in, she's trying to, like, call out for him, but instead all she can do is kind of like, Richard. So, of course, they use this against Dr. Richard Kimball in court because it basically sounds like she is identifying her husband as the killer. So that was kind of like the deciding factor. He gets sentenced. They're trying to transport him then to like state or whatever, to county jail. But of course, shit happens where tire gets blown out by a gunshot from one of the guards or whatever, because a couple of the other inmates that are being transferred are trying to plan an escape that Richard had nothing to do with, no idea about. So yeah, so all this stuff and everything, and then boom, the train comes and everything hits the bus and it gives him a chance to actually escape. So yeah, so the whole movie is trying to like, for Richard to try and stay one step ahead of the cops, trying to figure out who actually killed his wife and everything, because obviously the cops aren't going to do anything about it because they think they already got their killer. Meanwhile, here comes Tommy Lee Jones and his group of FBI agents and everything. And oh my god, like, I freaking love Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, actually him and Harrison Ford, oh my god, I love these two in this movie. And honestly, every time I watch this, I think, damn, those are some sexy, sexy men. I'm just saying. Like, I would have banged them back then, but I was only 9 when this movie came out, so that would have been kind of weird. But I'm just saying, they are fucking sexy in this movie. Like, I instantly get a crush on them every time I watch this movie. I do. Ladies, do you agree? Do you agree? Some of you guys can answer this too. Right? I think Tommy Lee Jones has some of the greatest lines in here and everything. It just, you know, him and Ford in this are just gold in this. So they're platinum actually. So yeah, so he comes in, you know, he's trying to like, you know, trying to catch this guy and everything. And he's kind of like on the same level. Well, I shouldn't say like necessarily on the same level as Kimball in like smartness, but he does realize like, okay, don't ever think that anything's ever finally done. Like, always expect that, or always anticipate that this guy's still alive until you can actually find legitly find the body and know for a fact that he's dead. Otherwise, we're gonna keep searching for him. Give me a body and I'll stop the search. So, kind of case in point is like when Ford's character jumps off that water thing or whatever, that water outlet into like the river. It's like, you know, everyone's like, dude, there's no way he could like survive that. It's like a 1 in a kabillion chance of survival. And of course, you know, Tommy Lee Jones is like, well, okay, then, you know, go get the body or go get the fish that ate him, and, you know, we'll be done. But until then, we're putting up all these markers and everything and all this and everything, and we're gonna be searching this river up and down, inside and out. And then also too, you kind of realize too how, you know, because at first, you know, Tommy Lee Jones' character is kind of like, I don't really care. I just want to get this guy. I want to get him and get him into jail. Like, I could care less about, you know, what he was charged for, if he was wrongfully accused or anything. I mean, even though, you know, even at that beginning in that same, like, tunnel and the scenes and everything of, like, the sewer system and everything, you know, where Harrison Ford's like, I didn't kill my wife. Jones is just, I don't care. Like, he doesn't care. He just wants to get him back, dude. He just wants to do his job. He could care less if he's the right guy or not for whatever crime he supposedly committed. So, but yeah, but as, like, the movie goes on, you kind of start to realize, you know, that Tommy Lee Jones' character is starting to kind of put pieces together of, like, wait a second, I think this is the wrong guy, and I think we've been talking to the person that has actually committed this crime and who has killed his wife, and, like, you know, like, he's almost, you know, Ford's character's almost making it easy for us, because he's going, you know, he's figuring this stuff out, leading us to these people's places and work and stuff, so they really are kind of, like, in a weird way, almost helping each other out at one point, not really realizing that, but yeah, it's, the whole movie is just, like, amazing. Plus the fact, you know, I love this movie so much, and it might be because It was filmed in Chicago. Majority of it was filmed in Chicago. So it's just like, and by the way, that little parade scene, that Irish parade scene, or the St. Patty's Day parade and everything, that was not in the script. That was very impromptu and everything, because they kind of were like showed up for filming one day, and like, oh hey, there's a parade. Let's shoot some of this parade and everything. So, which was like, I think, awesome. You know, little things like that is just really truly awesome. I love it. I love it. So a lot of like extras and stuff that were in here that are from Chicago. I think even some of the cops and stuff that were in here were just like Chicago natives, like actual Chicago cops and stuff, which is awesome. So, but yeah, no, it's just such a great movie. Like, if you like, sort of like an action movie with a little bit of meat on the story and everything. I'm nothing against, like, you know, other stuff like that, you know, other action stuff, but like something like RoboCop I love, but I feel like it's got a good story, but like this one, it's just like a little more realistic. I'm just saying. Although RoboCop could be realization any day now, I'm just saying. But no, this is just one of those movies that I just absolutely adore. I actually do remember seeing this for the first time at the drive-in way back in the day. I know this was one of the movies that they were playing, and it was actually with my Aunt Cindy, who I miss her dearly. I do. And so this is one of those movies, and I think because one of the reasons why I do love it is because it does remind me so much of her. So, but yeah, this is just such an amazing movie. Like, I literally probably watch this movie at least once a month, at least. It's one of those movies that I have to watch, like, a lot. So you guys don't understand, though. Like, we all have those, like, handful of movies that we need to watch, you know, just to, like, live. Just saying. But it is a good one, you guys. And if you do want a good, like I said, a good dramatic action movie and everything, definitely check this out. You'll definitely be rooting for both Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, of trying to like capture the right people and everything. So you're definitely like rooting for Harrison Ford and everything, and just always using his brain, always trying to be one step ahead of the cops and everything. So, but let me know what you guys think of the movie. Till next time, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.